Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I have another resin mold that I'm going to work on. Now, full disclosure, I've already used this once before. I'm trying to show you guys molds that I haven't used before, so like a, learn with me kind of thing. But I was attempting to frantically make this for a birthday, and it did not turn out how I wanted it to. So I have learned something, but I need to do it again. If I don't even know that the recipient cares, but I do, and so it needs to be redone. So what I made was a little T-Rex embryo, basically. Had a little egg there. This part is the hard part. I don't know how I'm supposed to get it through that little hole without spilling it everywhere. I spilled so much resin, it's not even funny. But that will definitely, that'll be like the second part of this video. So right now we're gonna focus on the little fetus. What I did originally, which I'm gonna do for the most part, is I'm painting on the mica powder, but I just did one color. So I'm going to try and do black in the eye and then some white where the teeth are, and then do the rest in the mica powder. It's a chameleon mica powder. This is the leftovers I had. I basically took some chameleon and then added some other mica powder to make this color. But I recently got some more chameleon powder. I'm pretty sure, I'll have to double check. It was either Temu or Amazon. Very small amount, but you're not supposed to use a whole lot especially when you're dusting. And I say that knowing full well that I use a lot of mica powder in my resin molds. So just one of those do as I say, not as I do kind of things. I'm going to use this one because in my anybody new here, green's my favorite color, and two, to me, lizards, dinosaurs, they're supposed to be like a green. Obviously toy dinosaurs come in every primary color, but that's my thought on the subject. Like a green or maybe shade blue, unless they're I'm just thinking of Jurassic Park. Some of those do have some special colors in them, but for the most part, I like the green shade. So I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to mix this in with what I already made because I don't want to waste any. I'm going to use this for the teeth and then just black for the eyeball. Now, I have a paintbrush. That's when I tried to find the smallest paintbrush that I have. I'm pretty sure I have a smaller one, but I couldn't find it. I have so many craft things in my craft area that it's sometimes hard to find what I want. Okay. The first thing, how I've learned this, the first thing you want to do is you want to do the base first, like the smaller areas. So I'd want to do the eye and the teeth first, and then I can brush over it with the other color. So long as the black and the white are down first, you should be able to see it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to see it. That way I don't have to do it a third time. I don't know. If this turns out cool, then I might just make a bunch of them and then try and sell them. I guess you guys will tell me if it looks stupid or not. Okay, so we got the eyeball. The one problem with the paintbrush is that it does like to sprinkle along other areas. But I'm hoping that the other color will kind of blend it in a little. I'm sure. Now let me see if I can. Or he'll just have an eyebrow. Alrighty, so we got the black in there. I'll just go on the full thing here. Alrighty, there's one done. So you don't want to put a whole bunch on there, otherwise it'll spread around where you don't want it. Look, I don't know if you can see that. As soon as I touch, some of it spreads other places. It's just the bristles. But if I knew of an easier way to do this without using a paintbrush, then I would use it. Okay, so we got both eyeballs. Okay, I'm going to clean that off. I don't even know if this is going to work. The fact that there's teeth and it's a little baby, that makes me nervous. It's one of those I like all the dinosaur movies, but I still have nightmares about dinosaurs. Which is probably a really silly thing to have nightmares about, but... And since this is like a pearl white, it might not be noticeable, but I wanted to make an effort to see if I can get the teeth to be more noticeable. That is one cool thing about mica powder, is that you don't have to do a whole bunch of batches of resin to get the colors that you want. Unless you don't want them shiny, then I don't know how to help you. If you want a non-shiny object, then you have to do the 18 different sets of resin. Okay. Alright, so I know I had some gold and green in here. I'm going to mix some of this. Oh, I like that color. I might... Oh, see? Now I got decisions. I got choices. Oh, geez. I really like this green. I don't know if I want to keep that. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to use this for something else. I'm just going to go all green. I really like this green. I don't even know if you can see it. It's dark olive green and gold. So it's a chameleon, so it should kind of shimmer with the two different colors. Should being the operative term here. I'm going to get a bigger paintbrush. That's a little too big. Let's try that one. Alright guys, let's see where we go here. And with the dark olive, that black that kind of splattered shouldn't be too much of a problem. I am still going to kind of go around the areas that I put the white and the black, but if you get some on top of it, it's really whatever you put down first is what's going to show. At least that's been my experience. I didn't even I should have opened this before I even started the video. I love this green color. Why am I so excited about it? I want to go up on the sides too, because the goal is to put the two pieces together. I guess I should do this so you can see what I'm doing. The goal is to put the two pieces together. So one of the things I learned the first time around was you don't want to have, you definitely don't want it bubbled. Like when you pour the resin, you don't want it to have that dome. Most of the things that I pour, I end up pouring with the dome just for one reason or another. There are some that I know have to be flat and even. but I think this, in this case, it would actually be best if it was a little concave. So we're going to go with that theory. Oh, this is so pretty. I have been told recently that I'm a little too obsessed with green, and that I really need to tone it down, but you know what? Life is short. I'm going to do, you know, other people have favorite colors, and that's like all they wear, but it's like a normal favorite color, you know, like for girls, generally it's pink and purple. I don't like those colors. Why would I have to conform just because other people don't like green? Got my nails done yesterday with my sister, and I obviously picked green. There's sparkles. That's different. But I picked green, and she says, of course you'd pick green. Well, yeah, why wouldn't I pick green? And the nail tech was like, well, the most normal chosen color is like pinks and reds. I'm not normal. Never claimed to be normal. I don't know that I want to be normal. 2, I don't like red nail polish. There's something about it I don't like. Then I got home. I know I'm telling you this, you guys don't care, but I can't sit in silence today. My brain is going too far. Too fast, too much. Nonetheless, I got home, and my mom saw the nail colors, and she just patted me on the back and smiled like, you're a special kind of person. And you know what? I am a special kind of person. If your favorite color is neon orange, you choose to get neon orange nails, more power to you, okay? Life is too short to do boring. And the whole time she's painting my nails, I'm just grinning ear to ear because it makes me happy. Okay. Okay, so that's where we're at. So you kind of have that shimmer. I really hope this turns out as cool as I think it's going to turn out. Now, when I did the first round, I basically just mixed up resin and put green pigment in it. But it wasn't like, it was still very transparent, which meant that when I put the 2 pieces together and then put it in the egg, you could see right through it. Even with the mica powder, you could still see right through it. So, this time around, I'm going to, I still have to mix it. I didn't know how long. I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do 40. I'm hoping that's enough. It'll probably be too much because, you know, that's just how I roll. And I'm not using any different resin. I just happen to have, I got these small bottles in a kit, and I just refilled the bottle because these are easier to handle compared to the giant half-gallon ones. Okay. So I just refilled it. And you get a more accurate pour because you can make it stop faster. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, maybe that's what I'll use this for. I'll put this gold in the resin, and then put some, it's called Cloud. I'm guessing it's like a dark gray. I don't want to, I feel like black would be too heavy. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. Welcome to my talking session. If you have not worked with resin before, be sure to use gloves. I know that I don't have an allergic reaction to it. My cousin's wife is allergic to it, so she has to wear gloves and do all that stuff. I also am not... I'm not one that follows rules very well, so you also should wear some kind of respirator, especially if it's not low odor. I know that the stuff I get is low odor, but my sense of smell has gone away, so I can't smell it. But always use precautions. Sometimes you'll see me wearing gloves, and that's more because either I have a big project I'm working on, or I'm touching the big bottles, and I don't like sticky hands. So it's the, you know, the texture thing. So you'll see me on occasion wear gloves, but for the most part, like if I'm not recording, I don't wear the gloves. Again, do as I say, not as I do. I'm not always one that does what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so I'm going to use this powder in here. It's got like, I know it has a one of the chameleon colors. It has like a red-brown color, and then I know I added some green and some gold. But I made this months ago, so I have no idea what exact colors I used. I want to mix that. I'm hoping that'll make it a little more solid on the inside. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, don't be spilling things, Jackie. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think it's just like a really dark. Yeah, it's dye ink. I had to double check it. It was looking like it's alcohol. It doesn't say it's alcohol. Just says dye ink, so it's separating. Might have to add black to it. Unless it's settled. I didn't shake it first. Okay, so that's very transparent. I'm gonna add some black. I don't want to add white. I don't know why I don't want to add white. I feel like that wouldn't work. The white pigment is a lot thicker than the dyes, the colored ones. Oh yeah, I like this color. It's still really transparent though. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to add some black mica powder. You're along for the ride, guys. I think every video I say I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not lying. I'm winging it and hoping for the best. And sometimes the best actually happens, so just fingers crossed. Okay, well, it's definitely a lot thicker than it was. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Hopefully it's not as transparent as the last time I did it. So I'm going to pour. Because you can't really tell in the mold if it's going to be transparent. I love that sparkle. I knew I was going to make too much, but... And this table, I'm using this right now so that I can transfer it to another table when I'm done. It's not level, so when I transfer it, it'll go to a level table. Okay. Look at all that glitter. Okay, I think this side needs a little bit more. Again, I don't want it domed, but I don't want it even either. Just want to make sure it goes up on the sides, because my thought process is that I'm going to add resin on the inside to glue them together. That's my thought process. So I think, I don't know, I can't tell if it's because the table's leaning or if there's just not enough resin. I think that's how much it needs. It just keeps moving because the table's leaning. Alrighty. Yeah, I could have gone with 20, but I have excess. That's fine. It's a pretty sparkly color. I'm almost done with another shelf, so probably pour it in there. So I'll let that set. I will use, I have a heat gun. Just a generic heat gun. I'm going to try and get some of those bubbles out. Give it a couple minutes for the bubbles to come up, but I'll heat gun those out, set that off to the side to cure, and then we will be back for the stressful part, the egg. Maybe by then I will have a game plan, because it wasn't working last time. So I will see you shortly. This step is going to be relatively short just because I think this will help make it seem more cohesive. Okay, so we're going to demold this. Okay. Oh my God, look at that. You see that? Look at that. And the black kind of still stuck there. Though I don't think the white... Maybe the white is kind of there. But you can definitely see the black in the eyes. I love that color. That color is so cool. Okay. Stop being so excited, Jackie. Okay. What I'm going to do is... I have a little bit of resin here. I'm going to kind of dab it here like a glue almost. It wouldn't matter if it was a different color because it's in the middle. I'm going to dab it in here. Okay. Then okay. So I'm going to let this, I don't know if I need to put like a rubber band on. I don't think I do. It's pretty flush. I'm sorry if I keep going out of frame. I forgot I zoomed in. I'm gonna let this guy sit, and the resin in between should cure and then hold it together. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna pour the egg part. Oh, come on. Pour the egg part. That's what you get when you mess with stuff, Jackie. Leave it alone. I'm trying to make it smooth, and it's not really... Can't tell if it's working. Ah. The resin in between is making it extra slippery. Okay. Come on. Am I there? Oh. It's not matching up. There's that it's sliding every time I move. I think that's as close as it's going to get. Okay. Let that cure, and then we will go for the hard part of the actual egg. Alrighty guys, I have some resin mixed up. There are bubbles, but I don't really see any floaters, so I think we're good on that. Here's a little guy. He turned out pretty well. Now, the last time I did this, I was trying to keep him centered and blah, blah, and that just, because I had to do 2 pours, it didn't look right, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to plop him in there. I have a feeling he'll float a little bit, but either way, he can't float too far. And honestly, little, eggs, the guy isn't always in the center, so I think that'll be okay. I'm going to start off with pouring some in here first. I have a feeling there's going to be a significant number of bubbles. Let it feed itself in there. Okay. I always lose my... Okay. I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun a little bit. I don't think it's gonna do much, but I'm gonna try. Got rid of a lot of it. I'm hoping that the bubbles will just rise. Another problem I had was that all the bubbles did rise, but then I had like a concave point at the top. So I'm going to try and fill it a little past this, like past the bottom point, maybe to the top, because that can be sanded down. I'm going to try and close this the best I can. Feels closed. Okay, now the hard part is getting it in this little hole. So I have, let me get one that's not cut. Okay, so I bought some of these little bottles. And this one had UV resin in it that had gotten too much sunlight, so it had solidified. All I did was I cut the bottom off, took that out, and then I cut the tip off so it'll fit right into that hole. I have no idea if it's actually going to go down in there. I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, I do have these tubes as well. It just takes a while to suck up the resin and spit it back out. It also creates more bubbles, which I don't want. I'm hoping this works here. It'll be slow, but pick it up and see if it's working. It is. And it even lets me squeeze it out. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And this is 1000% going to take all day. So I'm going to fill this up and then get back to you. So after a few minutes, I realized that my little makeshift funnel wasn't going to work. So I ended up using this little pipette thing. It is kind of a one-time use thing, but if you buy it in bulk, they really aren't that expensive. As I was filling, I was kind of trying to get the bubbles to come up. I did see a whole bunch come up and pop as I was filling it. I did fill it past the bottom of that opening, just because, as you can see, there's bubbles still coming up. So I'm hoping that gave me enough extra so that when all these little bubbles come up and converge and pop, it will sink down. But it definitely was a lot easier to fill than the first time. I've been kind of moving the little baby inside around just so that I can get any trapped bubbles underneath to come up. So I guess that's all for now. Hopefully it works. I feel like it definitely was a lot easier, and it'll definitely be a lot more cohesive since I'm not doing layers. So I think it'll work. So fingers crossed. Guys, it's all set. I did end up having to add more because even though I added to the top here with resin, there were so many bubbles that it ended up settling down to here after all the bubbles popped. So I added more, and that's set. So now we're going to open it and see how it looks. I'm nervous. I don't think the dinosaur ended up centered, which I guess isn't a huge deal. But it's kind of wishful thinking, I guess. Okay, so this I'll have to sand off. And it looks like there's still, it is coming off pretty easy. There's still a crease from where the two pieces meet. I don't even know if you can tell. I don't know. I don't think I have light. Okay, hold on, we're gonna change views. So this way you can kind of see the light. It did settle to the bottom. You can see that it's definitely not even. It does look better. It's not as see-through as the first time I made it. I don't know. I don't know how to, maybe if I do a layer and let it start getting solid, but if you let it start getting solid that way, then it'll create bubbles between the first layer and the dinosaur. So I don't know how to get this to be centered. There's definitely a lot of little bubbles here. I don't know. I do like how it looks though. I definitely had a lot better success with it not looking see-through. So that's a plus. I don't know. I guess it looks okay. I feel like I'm going to have to do this like 5 more times to figure out how to do it. It's kind of bothering my OCD that it's not centered into the egg. But I did my best. I like the colors. I like that green color that I found. And you definitely want to make sure that whatever resin you use for the dinosaur is not transparent. Otherwise, you can see straight through the dinosaur through the egg, which is what happened the first time I did this. But there he is. Okay, well, that's all I got. I'm working on some other stuff. Hopefully we'll be posting some more crochet in the next few weeks. And then go from there. Stay cool, stay dry, stay healthy. Have a good rest of your week.